Hey, Fancy Lou Who, how are you? Hey, sister, are you there? Oh, psh, she worries too much. There. My hair's all fuzzy. It was standing up at one point. I don't know what it's doing. It's got a mind of its own. I just let it go. If I like this on this side, this left side or not. Hello, hello, hello. Who else is with us tonight? Well, they disappeared. Dang, if only my boobs were as big as they look on here. Looks like I could have a. That's a good start. Ori! What up, Sissa? Uh, what took you so long to get here? Fancy told you an hour ago I was on. My eyes are watered and this is my new pair of readers. It's got the um, blue light protection stuff in it. I got some more coming that are half ones. These are for my computer, not my readers, but my computer, so I can see my computer. I have a pair. I have a pair of clear ones, a pair of black ones, This pair is black and purple, hence the shirt. A pair of pinkins or peachins or something, and then a pair of, I guess, leopard skin or something. I don't know. Spotted ones. Eating your dinner. Your dinner was 3 hours ago, little lady. I had ice cream for dinner. Again. Where we at? I don't know if Jackie's gonna be here or not. Somebody needs to holler at Shirley. Oh, that sounds good. I really don't tell the difference as far as the difference in the lighting and stuff as far as seeing them. Now, when I'm in the sunlight, especially, you can see there's a difference in them. But as far as my computer goes, I really don't tell a difference. It's just, it seems my eyes aren't quite as, no, Nina. Seems like my eyes aren't quite as tired. Well, I don't know if they're tired or not because I'm here lately. I've been nothing but tired, but they don't feel like they're strained as much. It's just, if there's somebody else out there, I don't know who it is. Rytes is her last name. Yep. This kind of, is it a short book? But yeah, this is just a novella, y'all. Alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and get started because it's 10 after and it's just us. So I guess we'll have a party by ourselves if nobody else shows up. If you're having a hard time getting on, I don't know who's here, and who's gonna see this, but man, come on. Okay, so when you go to my site, and it's going to show this either way, so, and you click on it, go into it slowly, like click one at a time, and it'll give you a screen. Slowly, like click one at a time, and it'll give you it'll give the first screen that pops up after you click on it is the chat screen, and you should be able to see it, I hope. At least that's the way it is on Android. I don't know about Apple products, so I'm gonna go ahead and start reading. So it is called The Hot King and I by Miss, and I may pronounce her name wrong, and I apologize if I do. I'm going with Seyna Rytes. And this is the cover. I already had it pulled up a while ago, and I just... So that's the cover. You can see her name there at the top. And starting with a prologue. And the character it's talking from is Anna. I have a cousin named Anna. Ladies, our boss greets us with even more rigidity than usual. Standing next to me, my colleague Lily whispers from the side of her mouth, Somebody's got their panties in a bunch. I'm asking my amusement, directing my attention to Mr. Garcia, who's sitting behind his imposing five-star hotel director's mahogany desk. He looks calm on the outside, but the sheen of sweat on his forehead is a dead giveaway. If he's called both myself, the head of guest services, and Lily, the personnel manager, to a private meeting, our venue must be about to receive the visit of another illustrious guest. I ask you both in my office because we have a VIP, King Magnus of Montesquieu. Montesquieu. He shares with his signature blend of pride and nervousness. I have no clue who that is, though. Who? Mr. Garcia looks at me as if I've just landed from Mars and man's planes. He's the king of a tiny Mediterranean kingdom, some physical and touristic haven. They're filthy rich. His eyebrow lifts in a rings any bell gesture, but I can only shake my head. You'll have to excuse Anna, sir. She's very reluctant about staying on top of celebrities. Lily sort of defends me. Anyway, he'll be staying with us incognito, so only team supervisors are being informed. I already had a word with Tim from security and Chef Sonia. When is he arriving, sir, and who's accompanying him? I inquire. He's actually already here. I met with him and his second in command earlier. It's just the two of them. He rolls his eyes. So that must be what's stressing Garcia. A king, even of a small land, with an entourage of one and covering his identity, sounds like a recipe for a diplomatic PR disaster. That's right up your alley, Vincy. Just remember about them Mediterraneans. This is Ms. Rytes. Could you please pronounce your name for me, please? I know I screwed it up, and I am so sorry. Lost my place. Okay. How long are they staying for, sir? Lily asked. The reservation is for 10 days. Seyna. Okay. All right. See, I told you I would mess it up. Okay. I'm awful with names. I screw them up all the time. All right. Their reservation is for 10 days. You can let them rest tonight, but introduce yourselves in the morning, please. Incognito or not, we want to make it clear the king is a VIP at the Clements. Understood, sir. Will that be all? After warning us about the paparazzi, who apparently follow King Magnus like his shadow, and reiterating the absolute need for our discretion, Mr. Garcia dismisses us. As soon as his office door has closed, Lily launches herself into a diatribe. Oh my God, Anna, he's so freaking hot. Just wait till you see him, and he bags all these gorgeous celebrities. I can't wait. We get to meet him in the flesh. Oh, I tune out her ramblings, then bid Lily good night. Once we make it to our adjacent parking spots, after close to 10 hours of work, what I need is a warm bath, some takeout for dinner, and to unwind in front of the TV or a good book. Not talks with some rich and famous guy who'll be out of my hotel in a couple of weeks. Seyna, apparently Ori and Vincy are playing shy. Oh, I know what they're doing. They're getting their hot flash kits ready. That's what they're doing. I forgot to tell you about our hot flash kits. Hot flash kits include, and they're only for, I knew I was going to do that. They're only for these hot books like this, the sexy books. And they include wine or preferred beverage, a fan to fan yourself, and of course, the ultimate toys. Yeah, this would be my toy. Have to bring it to all the readings. Actually, it just stays up here on the shelf because I never use it. But yeah. And then, please don't roll. I live in an old house and none of the floors are level. And so sometimes it wants to roll off. And so, hot fudge kits. No, hot flash kits. Hot flash kits. But if you want to bring some hot fudge, I'm down for that too. I just had a bowl of ice cream, but I can eat more. I know. I have a drawer full. Yeah, that thing is a freaking microphone. Yeah. I don't use it here. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to get back to reading. I'll let the girls entertain you while I read. The next day, I arrive at work early and get busy ensuring our special guest stay is nothing but perfect. I go through schedules, menus, check the availability of our in-room spa services and various local tourist attractions. By mid-morning, I feel confident we're ready to address any requests the king and his companion might have. I stand up from my desk to stretch out hours of being hunched over the computer with a phone in the crook of my neck. Then check myself in the full-length mirror at the back of the office door. My cream-colored silk blouse and high-waist pencil skirt look elegant and professional. Although I can never avoid the voluptuousness of my full curves. Yeah, you probably saw me looking at my full curves at the beginning of this. Oh, yeah, I have a big toy box. With Vincy, tell her what I got for Christmas this year. Although I could never avoid the voluptuousness my curves bring to any outfit, my tightly coiled hair has started frizzing out of its bun. But what can you do? No styling product can truly tame this mane. I don't bother reapplying makeup. This morning's mascara and gloss combination still look good. In the elevator, I use my high clearance magnetic card to access the presidential suites floor. This suite is an opulent penthouse that spans the last floor of the hotel. 2,000 square feet of luxury and decadence. From its immense master bed, jacuzzi, dining and media rooms, to the floor to ceiling windows offering a breathtaking view of the bay. Simply phenomenal. Before knocking on the door, I take a fortifying breath and brace myself. I hate to generalize, but I've met too many of these so called very important personalities full of themselves and acting with the utter lack of regard for those working hard to ensure their comfort. Here's to hoping these two are some of the decent ones. A deep voice invites me in. Good morning, sir. I'm Anessa Karma Camara, head of guest services. I wanted to introduce myself and see if you gentlemen need anything. I tell the man facing me, the beautiful man facing me. Damn these Europeans. He's tall, broad, and makes the whole dark and handsome thing work like a nobody's business. Dressed in a white button down stretched by thick arms and a large chest, the olive tone of his corded throat contrasting with the immaculate fabric. His black slacks are filled by long, muscular legs, thick, jet black hair combed back, and the fine, aristocratic features of a Michelangelo statue hit me like a 12-ton truck. Arched eyebrows, deep-seated light blue eyes, straight masculine nose, a bone structure to die for, and a mouth made for the filthiest of sins. Sitting on the colossal couch of the suite's lounge area, he looks me over from head to toe, lazy gaze lingering on my generous form. Eyes up here, buddy. I know your type, and I'm not on your vacation activities brochure. With a playful glint in his eyes and a smirk on his delicious mouth, the man raises from the couch and extends his hand, greeting me in a smooth baritone. All right, Nina, here you go, but I am not doing the accent. You're out of luck. Ms. Camara, I'm Alessandro Petrolucci, His Majesty's advisor. He's right next door. Please go ahead. He nods toward the master. I smile my thanks and open the door after a quick knock. I don't know how I didn't read Bertolucci's mischievous expression. I was probably under the spell of his hotness, or why I let myself into a guest bedroom without waiting for a response. Again, momentary stupidity induced by hot guy. But the door opens and the vision of a beautiful giant burns my retinas. A man who I assume is King Magnus of Montesquieu lays sprawled out on the California King sleigh bed, the Egyptian cotton haphazardly covering his waist and legs. He is tall at a solid 6+ feet. He is big, beefy arms, a wide, bulky chest covered in a dusting of smooth hair, huge thighs, and a long, thick shape resting between his legs. I stand there shocked, turned on, fascinated, mesmerized by the expanse of tanned skin, piles of muscle on top of muscle, and his face. He is absolutely gorgeous in a rough and savage type of way. Messy, dirty blonde hair, long lashes, sculpted cheekbones, cut jaw, and his mouth. Full, pink, sensual, slightly open in slumber. He shifts, repositioning himself on the sheets, and the sheets slide down, revealing the deep V-shaped cut of his abs, aka penis suspenders. All right, girls, looks like our boy's back. He shifts, repositioning himself, and the sheets slide down, revealing the deep V shaped cut of his abs, then gliding even lower to completely expose his long, heavy cock. Like what you see? Bertolucci whispers in my ear, making me yelp in surprise. He snuck up right behind me. My startled shriek wakes King Magnus, who sits up abruptly, looking around disoriented. When our eyes meet, my panicked look shifts from his dick to the beautiful sky blues, blinking back at me with incomprehension. He looks behind me, and I feel Alessandro's hand circle my waist. Big, strong, warm. It feels good. So good. His long, powerful frame is molded to my soft, curvy one. He looms over me, his crotch snug against the top of my ass, his cock semi erect. Heat and sensuality pass through the layers of our clothes, the light pressure of his fingers, mirroring the blazing inferno burning in King Magnus's eyes, the twitch of his own dick hardening. My legs tremble and I slack against Bertolucci, feeling my pussy contract with need and start wetting my panties. I need a double team of that mess. What am I doing, trapped between one gorgeous man's body and a second one's hungry gaze? Shaking myself out of their hypnosis, I push Alessandro away and run out of the suite. All the while, King Magnus gathers the sheets in an attempt to cover up and try stopping me, yelling, "Wait, please, who are you?" But I don't stop, not even as Bertolucci grazes my fingers in my mad dash towards the elevator. When I make it to my office, I lock the door behind me and hold my hands to my mouth. What have I done? Oh my gosh. Yep, they're back at it again. When I make it back to my office, I lock the door behind me and hold my hands to my mouth. What have I done? Oh my God. I'm not even sure what happened in the incident. I'm not even sure what part of the incident to worry about the most. These guys are clearly in the habit of sharing women, and I clearly wasn't reluctant to the idea of being their new toy. Exactly. Ina, is everything okay? My assistant Vanessa knocks on the other side of the door, making me jump. It takes a deep, calming breath, unlock it, and have her and wave her in. I don't know if everything's okay. Something just happened. Before I can tell her, my office phone rings and I jump again. Vanessa, who's used to my habitual calm, sends me an interrogative look while getting the call. Miss Camara's office, Vanessa speaking. After a brief moment of listening, she responds, "One moment, please. She's right here," and hands me the phone. I give her my own questioning look with a hint of panic, but have no choice other than answering. "This is Ina." "Miss Camara?" It's him. His voice still holds a smudge of sleep. It's deep, low, and says my surname with a mixture of crisp British accent, which I don't do, and exotic intonation, making me wonder how my first smile would sound on his lips. My first sound. Where the crap am I getting these words set tonight, girls? Making me wonder how my first name would sound on his lips. Why am I thinking of his lips? Fuck. Speaking, I force out, a bit colder than intended. This is Magnus of Montesquieu. I'm calling to check on you to make sure you're okay. Really? You should worry about me reporting you and your alkalite for indecence. I'm fine, Your Majesty. Thank you for calling, but that wasn't necessary. I disagree, Miss Kamara. You seemed flustered. It's called hot and bothered. Hold on, please. My friend would like a word. Another deep voice takes over. This one's still shamelessly flirtatious. Inese, is it? The beautiful sonorities of his Italian accent make my eyelids flutter for a second. Yes. This is Alex Bertolucci. I'd like to apologize. I just meant to introduce a beautiful woman to my dear single friend. It's an unconventional way, I'll admit. There's nothing to apologize for, sir. Thank you for being so gracious. Still in warm, caressing notes, King Magnus gets back on the line. I'm truly sorry. We're both jet lagged, and it's okay, really, Your Majesty. He sighs again, ignoring my reassurance. Let me make it up to you, please. That's not necessary. Please, I insist. I know better than to argue with a hotel guest, a VIP at that, and a king to top it all. Fine, what do you have in mind? Dinner in our suite? I straighten my back and enunciate icily. No, thank you. I appreciate you checking on me, Your Majesty, and I accept your apologies. Now, if you'll excuse me, look who finally shook out of it. You go, girl. Oh, of course. Sorry for taking your time. Lunch at the hotel restaurant tomorrow, then? No, thank you. Goodbye, Your Majesty. And I hang up. Did you just hang up on a guest? I nod, eyes closed, massaging my temples. A VIP guest? Vanessa insists. I stump my forehead on the desk, still nodding. A Majesty? She inquires further. I look up, mumbling. I'm not supposed to say. Vanessa rubs her chin, the red of her perfectly manicured nails, in contrast with her olive skin tone. I'm taking you to lunch outside the hotel, and you're spilling the beans. All of the beans. But I try interrupting. Or I'm calling Lily and letting her know something happened between you and the VIP. Your choice. Oh, no, not Lily. This is bad enough already. I don't need her over dramatizing this mess. Fine, let's go. I grab my purse and rush out of my office, literally feeling like the devil's on my heels. Magnus. She hung up? Alex asked with his big eyes and a muffled laugh he's barely suppressing. Oh, yeah, I'm going to need this water tonight. I meant to make me some hot tea and I totally forgot. I got watched some Gunsmoke. She hung up? Alex asked with big eyes and a muffled laugh he's barely repressing. I look from him to the receiver, scratch my head, and ask. What happened? To no one in particular. Alex is dying with laughter. She fucking hung up on you. That must sting, Your Majesty. I flip him off. Fuck you, Your Highness. Yeah, he can make fun of my title but he's still my cousin. Principe Alessandro Bertolocci di la Casa Savoia. I probably screwed that all up too. Italian royalty. My first cousin, best friend, and forever partner in crime. Also, a giant pain in my ass. Oh, kind of like Nina, aka Ori. I would love to read all your books. Yeah, he can make fun of my title, but okay, wait a minute. When his chuckles die down, Alex goes on. This this is good, brother. A beautiful woman with character is exactly what we need. We do not need any woman, Alex. We have enough on our plate with the mess we left back home. See, I disagree with that view of things. We thought we had an understanding with Bella. She accepted to be ours casually, then goes around and changes her mind, demanding exclusivity, exclusivity. Whatever, you guys know what I'm saying. It was necessary. It was neither your fault nor mine that she turned into a fucking harpy when things didn't go her way. We did the decent thing and broke things off. No mess. Not our fault. She's a vindictive bitch. Not our fault. She's a vindictive bitch. Each one of his sentences makes me cringe. I usually read a little better than this, but tonight's just, I don't know, I'm going crazy or something. My tongue's just a mind of its own. See, just a mind of its own. Has a mind of its own. Each one of his sentences make me cringe and relive the events he's describing. The stunning Romanian princess, our torrid affair, and how it horribly ended in tears, threats, and the involvement of our receptive governments. Thank you for the recap. I was there, and we will never agree on this. We were assholes. We should have stopped things when she started getting attached. End of story. He shakes his head. We were clear from the get-go, and we don't owe anyone anything. The parliament runs the country. We run our family's businesses. The people love us. We're fully dedicated to our duties. We deserve to live our lives the way we see fit, brother. I ponder on his words. Alex and I grew up under the scrutiny of the media, the Mediterranean princes, two cousins from neighboring countries. His mom married my dad's brother. We went to the same private schools, took a liking to each other, and became closer than with our own siblings. Then we started partying together and realized we enjoyed sharing women every now and again. This was our little secret, our escape from all the pressure and responsibilities weighing on our shoulders. A young king of 30 years old, taking over the crown after his father retired early, and his trusted advisor and first cousin. Let's have fun. It's only 10 days, Alex adds, bringing me back to the here and now. Asshole knows he already got me. Oh, the multitude of ways we could have fun with Ms. Kamara. My mind conjures the image of her glossy lips forming a perfect O in shock. My dick twitches at the fantasy of sliding through that circle. Anna, you didn't know who they were? Never saw their picture? No clue? Nada? Vanessa insists. As we're sipping on our drinks after a nice lunch at a taqueria next to the hotel. I'm never good at those words, y'all. No, I did not. Enough now. Not everyone watches those crazy celebrity shows or reads the magazines. I try defending myself while she studies me with curiosity. Apparently, the entire world's female population knows of King Magnus and Prince Alessandro. This is just another reminder that I've been living under a rock. Anna, you need to open up, girl. Life is not all work. I know that. I'm not all about work. I read. I go to the movies. I sometimes go out with you girls. Spend time with my family. Finish in a mumble, ashamed to admit that's all my life has been about for a long time now. She shakes her head. That's boring, girl. That's boring as hell, girl. When was the last time you saw a dick before today? I don't know. I don't keep track. Vanessa raises a challenging eyebrow. Really? There have been so many that you're not sure? No, I admit in defeat. The last time was with my ex over a year ago. She shakes her head again. No wonder you ran away from King Magnum and Prince Axe. Can't help but snicker. Stop calling them that. She smiles back wickedly. Vanessa told me the scandals presses naughty nicknames for the Mediterranean royals. King Magnum and Prince Axe, because their multiple conquests have confessed they're very generously endowed, which I can definitely second from feeling one of them and ogling the other. Believe me, these guys are reputed to give women a run for their money. You don't have anything to sweat about. Well, that's a relief, I responded with sarcasm. But you could always go back for a closer look. She winks and we giggle like a pair of high schoolers. I needed this to step out of the Clements, talk about my crazy encounter with King Magnus and Alex Bertolucci, and put things in perspective with somewhat sane person. When we make it back to the hotel, our office door is encumbered by a gigantic vase stuffed with an overflowing flower bouquet. Next to it rests a box of fine chocolates and a gift package. Vanessa and I exchanged curious looks. I pull a card with my name on it, stuffed between the flowers, and Vanessa comes closer to read over my shoulder. Dear Ms. Kamara, we're afraid we have to insist on presenting our apologies in person over a meal. Please name a place and time. Yours, Mag and Lex. What the hell? Vanessa burst out laughing. You have to go. This is the most exciting thing that's happened to any of us. She thinks for a bit. Ever. She might be right about that. Two hunky European royalties hitting on a plain Jane like me. I bit on my nail. I'm sorry, y'all, but you know me. Hey, Taddy, you know me. I would have jumped on that and took a chance of losing my job just to have those two. I mean, they'd had to catch me. Whew. Where's that thing at? Oh, why don't I just use this as a microphone? How's that work? She might be right about that. Two hunky European royalties hitting on a plain Jane like me. I bite on my nail. I can't. It's indecent. She pushes me and opens the office door, bringing in the gifts. We only live once, girlfriend. I just stand there hesitant, dumbfounded at the crazy turn my life is taking. I see. Vanessa places the bouquet on my desk, opens the chocolates, and starts sampling unashamedly, then hands me the steel sealed gift. I take it with trembling fingers under the ribbon, tear through the wrapping, and uncover a jewelry box. I look up and our rounded gazes collide. She stuffs a piece of chocolate in her mouth and nods for me to proceed. I slowly open the velvety box as if something is about to jump out of it and bite me. On a silky bed lays an exquisite gold chain embedded with dozens of shiny diamond like rocks. I pull it out, hand still shaking. It's too long to be a necklace. I look up at Vanessa. I think it's on my nose, heavy. I look up at Vanessa and we gasp in unison. It's a waist chain. How sensual and improper. Who gives a gold waist chain with embedded diamonds to a quasi stranger? How rude. I'm nobody's whore. I close back the box. I am. And if you can guess my waist to give me one of those, bring it on, big boys. I close back the box, fingers unsteady with rage. Anna, calm down, honey. This might not be what you think. Just return it and oh, I'm gonna return it all right. I tried gathering the vase. I'm not saying vase again. I did that a while ago just to be a butt. The vase, the opened box of chocolates, and the jewelry box in my arms, but Vanessa rubs my upper arm gently, soothing me with a calm down, let me help, please. I give her the vase and we make our way to the presidential suite. Alessandro. I stay seated on the entrance sofa, watching the drama playing out before my eyes. Anna is a magnificent in her outraged fury, yelling and gesticulating. Nina knows all about this. Her and her Italian, her heavy breath make her chest heave. And yes, I was saying breaths, not breasts. Her heavy breaths make her chest heave, close to popping the buttons on her blouse. Her hands at her generous hips, accentuating her marked waist and round ass. Her curly hair escaping from its bun. It's too bad the gloss on her full lips is gone, but they're still plump and enticing. Her eyes shine with fury. She's a tiny thing next to my cousin. He's standing way too close, not caring how mad she is, and I can tell fucker's about to kiss her. Now, fully dressed in a stylish button down and linen pants, Magnus stands tall, blonde, and massive, with a conquering glint that reminds me of his Viking ancestors. I'm very much interested in their little show, but my attention is also pulled in another direction. The woman standing behind Anna. She's as fair as Miss Kamara is dark. They offer a beautiful contrast, almost reminiscent of my cousin and I. The dark haired and the blonde, except it's their skins that clash the most. She's tall, almost my height in her heels, also full figured, but with smaller breasts. Her ass, though, is just as juicy. She has big green eyes, a creamy complexion smothered with freckles, and looks good enough to be my meal for the next 10 days. Mag can keep Anna to himself for all I care. I have no inclination to share this beauty. As if the telepathic connection our mothers always complained about was true, he turns around, looks me straight in the eye, and nods toward the blonde beauty. Yep, we have a clear understanding of this situation. Vanessa. I come here in support of Anna, nothing else. At least that's what I keep repeating to myself. But as soon as the door to the suite opens, I'll let go of an illusion of altruism. King Magnus stands there in all his splendor, golden locks framing a face made for Hollywood, casually fashionable in a linen outfit, body built to stage in an arena. The smirk pulling at the side of his sensual lips makes me realize they were expecting Anna. It was all a trap, and she fell into it head first. She didn't want to see the royals again, and they probably read her attraction to them. So these assholes baited her with an insulting gift. Cocky bastards. That's getting hot. I had to prop it. I don't know if I'm more amused or pissed at their audacity. Thank God I'm here to offer Anna moral support. Well, that's till my eyes land on the axe. I had seen him far in between in trashy magazines next to his cousin, but he was lucky to not be the main target of the paparazzi. So I really had no clue how freaking gorgeous he actually is. Principe Alessandro Bertolucci is a dark knight, a magnificent raven-haired, light blue-eyed, tall, muscular jerk. While my friend yells her head off and his giant of a cousin gets dangerously close to her agitated petite frame, he's just sitting there watching the whole thing play out with an air of bored indifference. Every now and again, his gaze wanders away from their spectacle and lands on me, making me feel awfully self-conscious. I have no idea how to help Anna in this situation. She's already standing her ground, and I can tell things are eventually going to turn for the better between King Magnum and her. So, I feel kind of useless right now. And this pretty asshole is just sitting there staring at the three of us like we're performing for his entertainment. When I can't stand his attitude anymore, I throw him a dirty look and ask, "You're just going to sit there?" Yeah, the words kind of escape my mouth before I fully think things through. Bertolucci raises a sarcastic eyebrow and retorts, "Excuse me?" That's really not what he says. Excuse me. In his excuse me, in his crisp mix of British and Italian and Southern American accents. You're just going to sit there and watch things play out like we're not. What was that? An eyelash. The hell? No, Nina, it's not. Don't even go there. You're just going to sit there and watch things play out like you were not involved to begin with. He cocks his head as his long frame stretches out on the sofa. Fuck, he's tall. What do they feed these guys? At 5'8", I'm not a short woman, and I'm currently wearing heels. Now, fully erect, this motherfucker towers a good head above mine. I beg your pardon? He asked with all his aristocratic cockiness. Yeah, that's exactly what you should be doing. But instead, you were glued to the couch watching them like all this is for fun. I pushed back my long blonde hair in a sassy gesture and put my hand to my hip. Bertolucci's eyes follow my gesture, seeming as interested as a scientist observing a newly discovered species. I caught back my own eyebrow, and we silently squinted at each other. That's when I realized Anna had stopped yelling. I turn her way and find her in a tight lip lock with King Magnum. So much for coming to her rescue. I clear my throat in a mixture of amusement and embarrassment. Well, looks like they came to an understanding. I haven't completely finished my sentence when Anna knees the king in the balls and stomps out of the suite, slamming the door. I stand there frozen for a few seconds. King Magnus holding his crotch, face contorted in pain, even making this face the asshole is gorgeous. Ugh! When Bertolucci burst with laughter, I do the only decent thing, walk right up to him and give him a resonant slap before swirling on my heels. I don't make it to the door before he's caught me by the wrist, turns me around in his arms, crashes my chest into his, and takes my mouth. In the most magnificent, hot, wet, hungry, and punishing kiss I've ever exchanged. His full lips drag over mine, taking, giving, caressing. His tongue plunges into my mouth, licking, dipping, teasing. I moan, hold on to his shoulders, my legs starting to give in, and he holds me. His big hands, just like Anna described them, strong, warm, efficient. When he's thoroughly made love to my mouth, Alessandro sets me back on my wobbly knees, pushes a lock of hair away from my face, and says sardonically, I don't believe we've been formally introduced. I'm Prince Alessandro Bertolucci. Chapter 1. That was just the prologue, whatever. Magnus. I wheeze out through the pain. Wait a minute, how long is chapter 1? As if it's that long, I'm not going to be able to read it. Dang, girl. No wonder I didn't think this book was long. You should have divided some of these up into chapters. That's all I'm going to read tonight, y'all. That's just as far as I got. Because it's too long for me to read more. Eek! Bitch at me. I don't care. So, again, the Hot King and I. Go get your butts off off the couch and go buy it. Go get your phone. Go get your computer. Forget me. Just close down and go get it. Let's see what Nina say. It's on Amazon. Oops, wrong one. Why do you put it all the way up here, bitch? Then I gotta look for it. All right. Hot King and I by Seyna Rytes. There we go. Seyna Rytes. And it's on Amazon for $4.99. So go get it. And bada boom, bada bang. Yes, Seyna, I will read all your books. Just bring them over. Nina, you're so full of shit. I don't even know whose name. You can have the king. I want Alessandro. I like him tall, dark, and handsome. I'm not big into blondes. So I'll take Alessandro and you can take the king. Hey, Miss Shirley. That's okay. You got to go back and listen to it, but make sure you get your hot flash kit out because it don't take long for it to heat up. Ooh, girl. Mm-hmm. So, all right, everybody. Tomorrow night. I forgot. Oh, tomorrow night is Eli. I don't know how to say her last name either. Eli List. I don't even know how to say her. And the book is Numa. It's the Celestial Beings Trilogy. So you guys come back tomorrow night for some sci-fi. Whoop, whoop. And don't do much sci-fi around here. All righty. Ooh, we like Alex. I'm Team Alex. You can be Team Magnum. All right, ladies. It's time for me to go to bed. Some of us have to work tomorrow. What's that file? All righty. You guys have a great evening. And poor Jackie was sleeping. Y'all say a prayer for Jackie. She's been sick and in the hospital. She's out of the hospital now. It's not COVID. I will say that, but I can't. Without her permission, I'm not going to tell you what it was. I just she's been sick. So, just remember her in your prayers. And girlfriend, come back tomorrow night. Yeah, this one's a new to me author too. So I'm trying to work on some new to me authors so that we can kind of spread the love around and not have the same authors all the time. So come back tomorrow night, same time, same place. Whoop, whoop. When your next book comes out, just get with Miss Nina and she should get you on the books. All righty. Y'all have a wonderful evening and happy reading.